Obviously a huge win for the program on a lot of different levels. Incredibly proud of this team, particularly the 26 seniors, for them to fight the way that they did today in all three phases to the very end of the game, to the last second ticked off the clock. I couldn't be more proud for the players, the coaches, our administration, the state, the school, and the majority of our fans. In 21 years of coaching and a bunch more as a player, I don't know that I've entered a season and gone through a season with as much adversity as we had to face. Having 10 guys out to start the season, and some of your best players, and having them not be able to play, go through a kind of a quarterback rotation, have a ton of injuries, and have some ups and downs, and the kids just kept fighting. And I think more than anything, it's a validation of this team, a validation of our culture, and to me, it put an exclamation point on the narrative that was floating around that I'm not the right man for this job, or I'm not the right man for this program, or I can't coach in this league. All right, and that's not the case. So I'm damn proud of this team. All right, and I love the way our kids handle adversity. I love the way our coaches fought through adversity. I know there were a lot of ups and downs and a lot of belly aching and a lot of this, that, and the other thing. But just make sure that everybody understands. This is my school. This is my team. This is my program. And if you want to ask, I'm not interested in anybody's validation except for the guys in that locker room. And every single one of them, you come in here and ask who's the right man for the job, they're going to tell you it's me. All right, I promise you that. So I'm not going to get into what we've done the past 2 years and now for being able to get to a bowl. All right, so no one get it twisted. All right, understand what it means for this program. Okay, and I'm here, and this is my team, this is my school, this is my program. I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here. Questions?
We'll start with Paul. Coach, along those lines.
I can't see you through the trophy, Paul. Okay, there you go.
Along those lines, with the guys being out, the job your defense did tonight, slowing down Ole Miss's running attack, specifically Plumlee, what, besides keying on him, just what was the strategy coming into this game with him?
That was a great planning. Going through the year, we had our struggles, sometimes stopping the run, stopping the pass, and Coach Hoop and the staff, particularly on a short week, coming off of them on a bye week, that we just had to get numbers in the box and mixed up our coverages, mixed up our pressures. Coach Rodriguez does a good job scheming up runs and putting people in conflict. And I thought for the most part we tackled well. We got the ball on the ground. We got off the field on third down. And like I said, credit goes to Coach Hoop, the staff, and the players for putting a great game plan together to stop the most prolific rushing offense in the SEC.
Steve up front.
Coach, a lot of Spygate there with Jaquarius Landers. How would you kind of assess his performance and how he participated tonight against the run game?
You said Spygate?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
He was spying Plumlee.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I thought there was some others. I didn't get that memo. No, yeah. With that kid's ability and how he's able to make plays by design or improvisation, you can't expect to kind of just run your normal stuff and get that kid on the ground. And he's done it against the best teams in the conference and continues to do it. And his future's bright. But we need to make sure that between he and Ely and the rest of the guys that we did a good job stopping the run. I think we did that for the most part.
Joe, what was your emotions like on that last drive? It just had to be a whirlwind for you.
I'd say up and down probably a little bit. From the 4th and 24 completion to the litany of pass interference penalties and kind of some of the other stuff. And it was just when the last penalty happened and they did their little celebration and had the option to take it on the kickoff or the PAT. We took it on the PAT, and it was feel bad for that kid, but feel great for the Bulldogs.
And up front.
Joe, you said earlier this week that the moment wouldn't be too big for Garrett. Obviously, he stepped in. First off, when did you realize that Tommy wasn't going to be able to go? And second, how did Garrett handle it tonight?
Yeah, Tommy got a little bit of an upper body injury in the ACU game, and kind of evaluated him on Sunday and Monday. We're hoping it was going to get better during the week, but I'd say by Wednesday for sure is when we knew that Garrett was going to be the guy.
And how do you think Garrett handled it tonight?
So I said to him before the game, brought you here for a reason. I said, be Garrett Schrader, and I don't say unflappable. Certainly he didn't play a perfectly clean game, but for a true freshman under those circumstances, a couple fourth down conversions, the way he ran the ball, the way he distributed to the playmakers, the kid's got an incredibly bright future this season and at Mississippi State moving forward.
Up front to Steve, right behind us.
Coach, you mentioned the fourth down conversion there. I know you got to go back and look at the film, but what did you see? What was the breakdown there that allowed him to get so open behind the defense?
I mean, just I mean, we couldn't have been in any more of a prevent defense. I mean, we had 3 deep across, and everyone else was dropping. It was a 3-man rush, and they were trips. And they kind of ran number 3 down the middle, and that occupied the middle safety, and then had 2 more verticals, and it kind of caught a 2-on-1 on the field safety. And I think it was covered up until Corral scrambled around, and I think we got our eyes down and, let it get over our head.
Quick questions. Up front to Tyler here.
You mentioned this being your school, your team, your program.
Yep.
I don't know how much of this you see, especially on a game day, but there were some rumors today that you were out no matter what happened today. How much of that do you see?
I was out today, no matter out of what.
There were rumors. Somebody reported on Twitter that you would not be the head coach of Mississippi State tomorrow.
Was it Bob from Bogan? Jim? No.
It might as well.
Might have been.
But like I said,
I mean,
rumors,
we could get into the speculation, and I know you asked earlier in the week, and I respect that you have a job to do, and I get that part. But this narrative gets created by people who aren't in the decision-making process. And I understand certainly at times this year that we didn't play like we needed to play. I mean, I talked already about the suspensions and the injuries and all those things that go into it, and playing the 3rd toughest schedule in the country, and every team that we lost to is bowl eligible, and kind of this mythology that the team I inherited is like the '85 Bears. You know what I mean? 3 years ago, we got into a bowl game at 5-7 because we had APR. So I understand the part, and no one wants more success than me, and no one wants to win as quickly to get to a championship. I get that part, but I also have a sense of logic and reason, and understand that great things take time, and we want to be like 98, 99 teams, because they were the last one to win an SEC championship. So we'll get there, and I understand people were frustrated at times, and no one was more frustrated than me. But to have a knee-jerk reaction and say this and say that in a year or two and go pound sand, I don't care. The only people I care about are the kids in that locker room. And you ask any one of them, do they want to be the head coach of this school? They do. Everyone else go kick rocks.
the question I was getting to was.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was pretty long-winded there.
No, you're fine. You're fine. What's it like preparing for a game of this magnitude, win, go to the postseason with, like I said, I don't know how much you see, but with all of that out there, and knowing that you did need to win today to get to the bowl game?
Yeah, it doesn't change our process, particularly on a short week. I know my value as a coach. I know how I'm viewed by people around the country, my peers at this level and the next level. So everyone's coaching for their job every day. That's a part of this profession. I get it. And, to me, that aspect of it didn't faze me at all, because there was no inclination from anybody outside of these rumors and innuendo that was even the case. So it was business as usual this week, and it'll be business as usual in the bowl. Look forward to seeing y'all there.
Joe, we saw Keaton for the first time today. How long have you had that play kind of tucked away in the playbook?
That wasn't just a play. We had a whole package in there for KT, and Tyler asked a little bit earlier in the week. Kind of had a. Yeah, but yeah, we had it. But then some of the stuff they started doing defensively, it kind of got a little gray. But yeah, KT's a guy that we wanted to get on the field in some capacity, and had some more stuff in there. But the way Colin was running, the way we were moving the sticks, we felt we didn't need to kind of go into the rest of it.
I know you kind of hit on it a good bit tonight, but just to be clear, have you had assurances from administration and things that you will be the head coach in 2020 and moving forward?
Like tonight or before then?
Just recently, have you been assured that
No, there's never been. No, and I say no just because it's not even a discussion in my mind, at least.
Rick?
Two years of this rivalry and the far opportunity, is it what you expected or more, or what's your description of this thing?
Like I said, been a part of Pitt, West Virginia, Pitt, Penn State, and some other great rivalries, and the ingredient of a great rivalry is usually proximity, passion of the fan bases, and familiarity of the teams, and this obviously has all of it. And, a bunch of those kids on the field after the game, going up to Plumlee and Mingo and those guys, and those are the relationships. So, I mean, if there's a better rivalry in college football, I'd like to see it.
Coach, came in talking about the seniors and being proud of them. I was going to ask about Nick Gibson. Not only 3 carries, but there's some big ones. What was that like to see him in his last game? Or
Yeah.
not anymore. But.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier in the week that Nick's been a tremendous role player. He's been behind Aries and Kylan and kind of, his carries have been limited, but when he's been there, they've been incredibly effective, and he does a great job of pass protection. So Nick's a great kid, and he's going to continue to do well in the bowl game, and hopefully have a chance to play on Sundays.
Joe, whether it's Nick or Marcus Murphy comes up with a pick late in the game, I mean, you got a lot of guys that were kind of, at least not necessarily the superstars, picking up smaller role guys picking up, making big plays tonight.
So Willie played Kentucky. They both played Arkansas, and then they both played today. 3 SEC games. They help, right?
For sure. When you see a guy like Marcus Murphy make that play, I mean, what goes through your mind? I mean, how much did you get? Was it a team effort?
I texted with both those guys and brought them to the office. I said, hey, you guys promised me a win this week? And they're like, yeah, we got you, coach. So, Willie and Marcus promised me a win, and, they came through with some huge plays.
Coach has time for a couple more. We got players.
On the note of guys stepping up, I think Arrow had more than 10 tackles.
He sure
10 the last time I saw him. He was flying around. How big is it for a guy who everyone looks up to, a team captain like that, to kind of set the tone? And I mean, the defense was really flying around.
Yeah, Leo as well. He's a guy that kind of, but yeah, Arrow, team captain, has the confidence of the team, and just a steady leader in there by vocally and by example, and to have him, play the way he did today, and the entire defense, and Colin. I mean, it was just, like I said, a great team effort.
Last one to Paul.
Coach, aside from Marcus not being able to play that much this year, just from his personal life and his standpoint, how happy were you for him to see him make plays these last couple of games and to make big statement plays?
Yeah, I love Marcus Murphy. I mean, he's gone through more in the past 6 months or past year than it would break most grown men. So for him to be able to fight through all of that, fight through some of the stuff this year, get on the field and make huge plays, and he's also doing phenomenal in the classroom, and once again another local product who decided to stay home and having great success at his state university. I love Marcus.
All right. Thank you. We got players, right?
See y'all at the bowl, Hail State.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.